Good morning. Check it out. We're in a field. I have a shovel. You know what that means? We're checking ground conditions. We all know it's wet. We already know that. But it's frozen. Oh, geez. That rabbit was really close. Is it frozen enough that we can do some tillage? Oh, yeah. Yep. We gotta hook a disc up. So I knew there was this possibility this week, but it didn't look like it was going to get cold enough because when I looked at the weather yesterday, it said only like 27 this morning, which is just not quite enough. You need it to be 24 or so, and for a long enough time to make it actually cold and frozen. But it is down under 24 degrees. It got colder than they thought. It's not supposed to get too warm today, like only up to 30 or 32, so it should stay frozen and get harder most of the day. So we're gonna do some tillage. Dad took the big tractor and the ripper up to a field that we're finishing up some stuff on, and he's doing that. I'm gonna hook up the disc. Brock's coming in a little bit. We're gonna hook up the little ripper, and we're gonna have 3 tractors moving today. Let's see what we can get done. So the 8430 here is hooked up to the air seeder still. We're gonna see if we can get it to start and unhook it. Do an oil check. Oil level is good. I wasn't really anticipating this, so none of the tractors were plugged in. So it should go. Oh yeah, no trouble at all. Fire dried up. All right, I got it unhooked. Let's get the disc ripper hooked up. I was trying to find somewhere I can put the grain cart inside. We just don't have room right now. So we're gonna have to unhook it out where it is, or out back here somewhere, which is not ideal, but it'll be okay. We do need to get it in and clean it up and do a bunch of work to it. Not a bunch of work, but just cleaning, especially in the tracks and stuff. But that's why we're heading on to our barn, so we got more storage for stuff like that we just don't right now. Look at that perfection. First shot. Okay, that one's ready to go. We're gonna go find a place to park this. I've got to get the data off of the grain cart before I unhook it. I think my iPad's dead. Yep, so we gotta get that charged. All right, I think we gotta go file management. We should be able to, is there a select all? Export all, I don't know. USB, that's what we want. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Well, I'm not sure why this tongue dropped. Usually this tool is quite back heavy, but we gotta use the 3-point here and pick it up. See if we can back into that now. Just like I planned it. Just giving it a quick once over look. Mainframe tires all look okay. We do pull a packer behind this in the spring, not in the fall. So we're gonna leave that set right where it is. It's already not hooked up. Should be good. We'll take her up and unfold it and just kick all the tires. Make sure we're good. Those ones are good. All looks okay. With our luck, oh, that one's a little low. With our luck, those are both a little low. We'll have a bearing go out before we even get going too far here, but everything looks okay right now. So we're gonna air those up. They're not popped off the bead yet, so they're still, should just take air. All right, my tires are good. I'm gonna take a camera. We're gonna leave one here. Maybe Brock will take it with him. What else did I need? Oh yeah, my earbuds. And I brought some cookies that I made today, and we had a salesman drop off some more cookies, so we're taking a bag of cookies and a bag of some other snacks, and we are off. Let's go. Let's see how things work here. So I'll talk about when we get to the field. All right, well, we're gonna see how this goes here. The first 300 feet doesn't look too bad. So the disking in the shallow tillage when it's frozen like this is a little bit, it's pickier, I guess. I don't know what the right word I'm looking for here is. The conditions have to be more perfect than with the ripper. With the ripper, it can be frozen a little bit thicker and deeper and harder, and you know, points and the big heavy disc blades on that will actually break through it and we'll be just fine. Here, if it gets frozen too hard, the disc blades don't cut through it very good, and it's very, very hard on the bearings and everything else. So we want it to be frozen hard enough to get across it and to not be cutting ruts and throwing mud and stuff, and for it to break stuff up. But we don't want it to be so frozen that it's hard on the equipment and we break disc blades and bearings and all that stuff. So there's gonna be wet spots right there. There's a spot with some ruts and some water. If we can pull through those, that'd be great. And we just are trying to knock the stalks down. This isn't really a compaction management pass. A little bit, we're taking some compaction out, but it's all real shallow. Mostly what we're doing here is trying to manage the residue, break down those corn stalks, create a nice seed bed for the beans to get planted into in the spring. So we'll see how this goes. It should be better throughout the day, maybe into tomorrow, and then that's going to be it. But the nice thing about it is we can go fast, we can cover acres in a hurry, and get a fair amount done. Well, I wouldn't call conditions ideal by any means, but it is knocking the stalks down, and we're doing a pretty darn good job. There are a few places where there's some water sitting on top of the ground, and those places are not frozen underneath. There's ice on them, but the ground is soft, so occasionally I have to lift the disc up and just kind of walk through those spots. But a side benefit, or another benefit that I didn't talk about earlier, was spots like this where we have ruts, and those aren't bad, but there are spots that are worse, where we have pretty significant ruts from combining it. We're fixing that. So not only are we cutting up the residue and knocking the stalks down so that it decomposes better, but we're filling in those ruts and stuff so that they don't hold water, and it'll be better in the spring. So I am under no illusions that this is a one pass and plant it. We're definitely going to have to run this disc over this field again in the spring. However, if we didn't do it now, I think we would have to do it twice in the spring. That's been my experience, is this Landau vertical tillage tool. This is a 7431 Landau. It does a good job, but it is not a one pass and plant tool, no matter if you do it in the fall or the spring. That was kind of my hope when we had started with this initially when we first bought it. It's never worked out to be the case. It's also why I'm going on an angle. We take out the stalks and the rows a little bit better when we run on an angle versus going straight with the rows. If I wanted to plant it, I would try and go straight with the rows. Like I said, it's not really how things work here. That doesn't seem to be the case ever. So you can see we got a ridge right there from the grain cart tracks and stuff, and this disc just kind of helps level all that back out, break open that top couple of inches of ground so we can plant into it a little bit better in the spring. Well, we're getting down to the end of this field here. There's 46 acres in this one. I don't remember exactly what the date was when we harvested the corn here, but it had to be like the first week of October, I believe. It was towards the beginning. It was early. But I remember it being a little bit wet because we kind of came here thinking that this field's tiled and we could park trucks on the road, so it should be one of the drier ones. And I remember Dad being a little bit upset with how bad the ground conditions were. Yeah, this was like the best ground conditions we had until it froze solid there when we were finishing up. Like, no, this field's in pretty good shape. There's spots, you know, like that water down there, but very little of it got really rutted up. Just a few tracks here and there, nothing like what we did on those later fields. So I guess it was a good thing we came and harvested it when we did, but at we've got some worse stuff that we're going to deal with, and I'm debating on where to go next, whether I go back to one of those really early harvested fields that should still be in good shape and not have any ruts in it, or to some of the last stuff that we did with the risk that they may be way too wet to get across yet because of all the water sitting in those ruts. Finished that field, made a quick pit stop back at the farm. We're on to the next one. And we should go past where Dad and Brock are working too. Well, there's one of what Dad did today. That doesn't look too bad. I don't know if you can see him, but he's out there. There, turning on the far end. So he's still working back here. But he's getting it. A little ways to go there on those corn stalks. And there's Brock working out here. This is the field where we had double crop beans. So he started in on this side. When Dad gets done where he's at, he's going to come into this field and help. There's 112 acres there. It'd be awesome if we could get it done today. I don't know if we'll be able to make it or not, though. And we are pulling into these corn stalks right across the road. This is that very first field that we did. And shouldn't be any ruts because ground conditions were excellent when we were out here. I expect this to work pretty nice and to be in good shape. Must be a few guys out harvesting yet. That's the second or third grain. Jeez. Dirty windows. Can't focus on what's in the background. Anyway, that's the second or third grain truck wagon that I've seen go by. They're hauling into the elevator in town over there. So it's frozen enough. Guys are combining. And it's frozen enough. We're doing some tillage. It looks really good. It's working up really nice, but it is starting to get a little greasy out here. We've had intermittent sun, and I imagine it's right around freezing right now. It might get too slippery here this afternoon, but it's supposed to be cold again tonight. And we should get a go at it again tomorrow. Well, I feel like tillage makes boring video because I do the same thing all day. And I can show you this view, and I can show you this view. It's going surprisingly well. Like, I got up on this higher ground. I don't know if you can see the elevation change, but it really drops off over by the road where we started down there. And this high ground is all quite a bit, I don't want to say drier, but firmer, and it's working really well. More frozen maybe, I don't know. But it's going good. I don't know if you can see across the road there, it's turning more, I'm not going to say black because our ground's not black, brown, tilled. Brock is making some progress over there, and way off there in the far background is Dad. He got done with those corn stalks and has started in on the far side of the field over there. So those two keep working on that. Meet in the middle over there. We're going to knock out some acres today. If they can get that one done, combined with what Dad did, that'd be about 150 acres of ripping done. And when we get done with this field, we're going to have 120 disking. So, and we're going to keep moving. It's only 3:30. We got a long ways to go yet. Well, this one's knocked out. It says we did 80 acres. There's only like 76, 77 in the field, something like that. But by the time you do end rows and you get some overlap, you end up doing more than that. So they are making progress across the road. Brock's gotten done up to the house, and Dad's doing the really long rows. There's some 3/4 mile long rows over there where Dad's working, so he doesn't get across it very fast, but he's covering a lot of ground. So we're going to fold up and head to the next one. We've got one north of here, a couple miles, that's only about 18 acres. We're going to go do that one, and then we'll see what time it is and where we're at coming back through here, and how long Dad wants to work. So small fields and relatively wide. I mean, we're 29 foot, we're going 28 foot track spacings, but going fast speed, you can make acres disappear in a hurry, and small fields don't take long. So we are covering, well, instant right now, 28 and a half acres per hour, burning 0.6 of a gallon of fuel per acre, 17.6 gallons per hour, but gallons per hour doesn't mean anything, gallons per acre does. And I'll show you a different one in just a second here. But at 28, 29 acres an hour, we really cover ground fast with this tool. Much different than the rippers, especially that little one that you're lucky to cover 7 or 8. Anyway, there's the map of what we've done so far in this field. You can see we're averaging 28.56, and we're almost half done in less than a half an hour. 20.26, that's just over 15 minutes. So So yeah, they don't take long. I just talked to Dad. He said he's got like 35 acres done in the field where him and Brock are working. Brock had to run home for fuel, and our bulk tank at the farm is empty. It's almost empty. It hasn't run empty yet, but it's below the bottom of the sight gauge, so we're not sure how much is in there. That's why we didn't fuel that tractor up when we started the day, because, well, I had to fuel this one up because it was less fuel in it, and I didn't know if there would be anything left. So anyway, Brock went to go fuel up what he could, and he was going to go back and keep working there. Dad would like to quit, so I told him to just hang on until we get this one done, which we're almost done. And I would stop by there on my way back to the farm, and he can take this tractor home, and we'll take over the big tractor. So we get to jump in the ripper here in a little bit, which, good change of pace, I guess. I was kind of hoping to go do some more with the disc tonight, a couple other fields, but can only do so much. Okay, wrapping this one up. You can see all the dark blue, the loops and stuff there. That's all the overlap. And we ended up doing like almost 23 acres in this 18-acre field, so we had 5 acres of overlap. You can figure out what the percentage is there, but something. Anyway, we did, 140 acres today with the disc. That's more than I thought we were going to do when I started the day. So I didn't think we were going to be doing any. So we're going to fold up here and go find Dad, see how he's doing, and take over the big ripper. Well, I got to the field where Dad's at. That's Dad. That's Brock. We gotta close the gap, meet in the middle there. But anyway, I was just looking at the disc a little bit while I'm waiting here. See all this? This is going to be a problem. I've had this happen before when it gets to this frozen conditions, but a little muddy. Let's see, we got a roller packed full of mud. That stuff starts building up in there, and then it freezes. That might freeze overnight and make it so we can't use this tomorrow. That would be a problem, but I can't really pick it out of there. There's not a whole lot I could do. Park this inside, but I don't have anywhere inside heated. Well, it is what it is, I guess. All right, let's do this. Well, 2 tractors and rippers, and you can cover some ground in a hurry. There's Brock. We've only got, I've got to do 2 rounds yet, and he might maybe do 1 more after this one. I don't know. We're gonna get her done here, and it's not even 7:30 yet. What a deal. Well, we're doing some end rows. I'm right along the back edge, but I think I got a rock stuck in my rolling basket. One's not turning, and it's really hard to see from the cab. This one right there. There we go. Talk to Brock. All right, well, Brock's gonna go do the ends on the front side of the field, and I'm gonna finish these up. I didn't ask him, but he said that, or I gave him a camera today, assuming he recorded something. Let's play some Brock cam.
Well, hello. Change of plans for today. I know Nathan said yesterday that we're gonna get combine serviced, but it froze last night, and we can do some tillage. So we're gonna do that. I'm hooked up to the small ripper with the 8430. Mark's got the 9R on the big ripper, and Nathan's gonna do some disking. We've been ripping for a little bit here now, and this ripper's not giving the tractor enough grief. So we're gonna lower it down just a little bit. I did raise it up when I first got here because it was getting a little too much. But we're gonna lower it down about 1/2 inch to 1 inch and see how the tractor handles it then. So I raised it up. I don't know if you can see that. We're still running about 2,000 RPM, 4.5 mile an hour, which isn't bad. We do get in these spots where there's some water, so I do have to raise it up a little bit to get it to go and set it back down about half as much. But once we get in these dry spots, she's not pulling too bad. She's definitely making the tractor work a little bit though. Howdy, we're still in the ripper here, and we're gonna be for a while. I'll show you on the GPS. It shows me, I know it's blinking for you guys, and I'm gonna do it on my phone so it doesn't blink nearly as much as the GoPro. But this number right up here is how many acres I've done so far. I've done 7.16 acres. This next one is how long I've been here. It's 0.9 hours. 0.89 hours right now. That next number over there is how many acres an hour I'm doing. Right there, that's 8.06. This one right here is how many acres are left in the field, and that's 102.69. And that last one, 12.73. That's how many hours are left of me being up here and doing this. So I'm gonna be up here a while. I know Nathan said Mark might come over with the 9R if he gets done with his field, which would help out tremendously. Still out here chiseling, it's going good. Got 21.5 acres done. Still got a long way to go, 88.4 to go. Saying just over 10.5 hours to go. Still working in the same field here. Things still going good. Flip this around. Got 25.5 acres done, 84.4 acres to go, which is about 10 hours for me only. But I don't know if you guys can see over there. Pretty blurry, and sorry about the dust on the windows, but reinforcements have arrived. That's Mark in the 9R with the 2730. So this is definitely gonna go by quicker. 2 tractors now and a bigger implement. But I got one problem. I don't know if you can see that fuel mark, but there is not much left. And when you rip, you use a lot of fuel. So we're gonna either go until it's done or go until we need fuel. Well, we're still chiseling, but we ran into a problem. Nothing broke, I didn't break anything, but that right there, fuel. And look at that, it just started beeping at me. We just dropped to 1 bar as I was heading towards the back there, and it just started beeping at me now. So we are heading back to the farm, hoping we can make it, and we're putting some fuel in this. Well, we're back at the farm, made it, just in the nick of time. At the fuel tank, we'll see how much is in there, and we'll put some in the tractor. Well, tractor's full of fuel, 173 gallons. She was thirsty, now we're gonna go to the field and finish up. Looky there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but somebody's got their lights on already. Guess somebody won the light game today, and it wasn't Mark. So we're still going here. Mark's that bright light right over there. And if you can see that yellowish orange light over there that's blinking, that's Nathan with the disc. He must have finished up in the fields that he wanted to, so I'm guessing he's going to take over the ripper, and Mark's going to go back home. So we are going to get this field done today, or tonight. Well, here we are, about quarter after 6. Nathan's right there, the 9R working. I'm right here. I do have one more pass right over there. I'm doing skips every couple of passes, make it a little easier on the ends to turn. But we are definitely working our way closer. So here we are, wrapping up the field. Nathan's coming at me. He's got all the back end rows done. I'm finishing up this front end row here. And let me tell you, this is hard. It stops the tractor right in its tracks if I have this 5-shank ripper all the way down. So we're taking it nice and easy, getting this front end rows done, and then we're calling it a night. We did a lot of ripping and disking. We had a very successful day today. You might take a pass at this and help me out, but yeah, very successful.
That 512 ripper doesn't do a very good job. Look how on level that is, big chunks. I know they're ends, but if we could see what I was doing behind this one, I'm sure you would see that it's in much leveler, smaller pieces, better shape, better job. But anyway, last pass, ramming her up, heading back to the farm. Well, the fuel's still flowing, but there can't be much left in there. We'll see what we can get in this tractor here. It is 8 o'clock, and I should just quit and go home. And I'm probably going to do that, but I'm trying to talk myself in to keep going tonight. Well, that's how full our tank got. The bulk tank is empty. They are going to bring us some fuel in the morning. We're going to get about 1,500 gallons. I was going to quit. Oh, what's Brock want? We'll see. Brock had some video on his phone for me, so we got that. It's now almost 9 o'clock. I could quit, but I have talked myself into keeping moving. So Brock and I actually moved my truck down to the next field because it's kind of a long ways away. It's 10 miles from here, and rather than drive this there and then get half done and drive it back, I took my truck down there so I can just go home. Dad's going to go down first thing in the morning and finish it. Assuming I don't work that late tonight and finish it myself, but I don't intend to. So we're going to keep working for a while. This is a golden opportunity to get some tillage done here that we don't get very often. And while it's not ideal conditions, it's not bad. So we're going to go. And we'll do what we can. I'm probably going to do a live stream from down there because we have better cell phone service there. So, yeah, it'll give me something to do late tonight. Well, you can't see them all, but I ended up with quite a line of cars behind me. Oh, there they all go. All the red lights over there. Anyway, we're here. So, let's get unfolded. We'll get our monitor set up here. Set up field. This is, come on, slow. This is slow. There we go. Big field on 15. Okay, looks like that. Primary tillage, that's all good. Okay, guidance. We need a line. We want to set track. We want a new track. And we want A plus heading method. Track 1, that's fine. Set A, our heading 0, 90, 180, 270, 265. Actually, we're gonna go 275 and go on the opposite angle. We'll go this way because it's hard to remember which angle we ripped it on the last time, but usually when I pull into the fields, I try and go on the one that's not the one that you would normally pick. So this field, given that the driveway is in this corner right here, you would normally just drive in and pick and go that way. When I do it, I try and come in and go across that on the opposite 5-degree angle so that it's, we're not always ripping in the same tracks and same path, and just trying to mix it up a little bit, that's all. So there is 46 acres in this field. We're pretty lucky if we can do 12, 13 an hour, I would say. I mean, it says we're doing 14 and a half average, but that doesn't include turning on the ends and all of that good stuff. So figure 12, that'd be 4 hours-ish here. It's 9 o'clock now. That means it'd be after 1 before we're finishing this field up. That might be the goal. That might be how far we make it. We'll see. I do feel like I'm getting quite a bit of video here though for the day. We've got all that Brock footage in here, and I want to do a live stream, so I'm going to go ahead and get that set up. It'll probably be a while before I check in here on the video again, and yeah, we'll go from there. So check in with a little bit. Check in with you in a little bit. Okay, well, I just got off of a pretty long live stream. Thanks for tuning in if you did. And we're moving right along here. We're getting close to 20 acres done in this field of the 46 that's in it, so not quite half yet. It is just before 11 o'clock. I am going to start editing this video that you are watching right now, and we'll see where we're at when I get done with that. And we can wrap things up. So this field is all plenty dry or frozen enough that it's working up pretty nice. It kind of is low ground in the back here along the ditch that I'm by, but then as you get towards that house up there, it kind of goes up a little ridge. This ground in the back is really hard. We've been running pretty slow through some of it, and then it gets better as we get up towards the road there. So anyway, going well. I'm calling it a night. It's midnight. I just got done editing. Well, I'm pretty much done editing. 30, almost 31 acres done. Dad should be able to finish this tomorrow, no problem. So I am tired, and I've got to get up early to keep the disc moving. So I'm going to call it a night. We're going to drive back over by the driveway where my truck's parked, and the tractor cool down, shut her down, head home. Oh yeah. Let the tractor cool down and the truck warm up. Thanks for watching today. Unexpected, very productive tillage day. Let's see, we did 30 acres here plus the 150 that they had already done. We did 180 acres with the ripper. I did 140 acres with the disc. So that's a 320 acre day. We needed that. That's good. We're going to see what we can get done tomorrow. We should get done down here. Brock should get about 30 acres done with the little ripper tomorrow. And hopefully we can run some with that disc. I'm a little concerned it's going to freeze up overnight, some of that mud that's packed in there. But we'll try it and see what happens. And we've got lots of corn stalks that we can do if it'll go. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great rest of your night. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you bright and early in the morning.